Welcome, weary wanderers of the night, to a realm where slumber and history dance hand in hand. Tonight, we unveil the surprisingly soothing saga of a medieval court jester's life, guaranteed to be more effective than counting sheep. As you embark on this dreamy journey, hit that like button to unlock your ticket to tranquility. Share your location and the witching hour in the comments below, creating a tapestry of night owls from every corner of the globe. Together, let's chuckle through the centuries and drift into a serene slumber. Remember, the jest may be old, but the sleep is timeless. Sweet dreams. Imagine yourself in the grandeur of a medieval court, a world where power is absolute and hierarchy is the foundation of daily life. Amongst the noblemen and their lavish attire, one figure stands apart, not in splendid robes or gilded hats, but in a peculiar, multicolored headpiece crowned with bells that jingle with every move. This is the court jester, an intriguing paradox and a master of duality embodied in the very item that rests upon his head. The jester's hat, with its mismatched colours and odd shape, is more than a quirky fashion statement. It's a symbol of the jester's unique place in medieval society, where wisdom is cloaked in folly, allowing truths to be spoken quite literally in jest. At its core, the jester's hat is a physical representation of the jester's role, the delicate balance between being a trusted confidant and a comic entertainer. This floppy, whimsical headgear showcases not just an acceptance of frivolity, but the clever use of humour as a vehicle for deeper understanding. Consider the jester's hat as a lens through which Renaissance society viewed itself, a reminder of the wisdom that often lies beneath comic surfaces. Much like how today's comedians can address life's hardest truths through laughter, jesters used their wit and humour to broach difficult topics. Their performances, filled with satire and irony, were often a means to comment on the idiosyncrasies of court and society, turning their apparent silliness into a conduit for deeper engagement with their audience. In simple terms, the jester's hat signifies a role where humour disguises insight, a concept surprisingly relevant even in our time. This segment ventures into how this clever headgear allowed jesters to traverse the thin line between the absurd and the profound, endearing them to courts while serving as instruments of influence and truth. The jester enabled a space where subjects too delicate for direct confrontation could still be explored and acknowledged. Let's picture two scenarios to illustrate this. First, think of a modern stand-up comedian who uses humour to navigate complex social issues, making us look at our world with a fresh perspective, much like a jester would. This comedian can broach subjects of inequality and injustice, lightening the weight of these topics while still ensuring their significance isn't lost. Then, consider historical accounts like that of Triboulet, the court jester who served King Louis XII of France. Known for his razor-sharp wit, Triboulet used humour to influence the king's decisions, sometimes making politically critical comments that others could not. The jester's hat, metaphorical and literal, was a shield that allowed such delicate manoeuvring around sensitive topics. These examples show the effectiveness and timelessness of the jester's unique role as both entertainer and truth-teller, using humour to bridge challenging conversations. Why does this concept matter to us today? The qualities embodied by the jester's hat underscore the important role humor plays in communication. Humor can break barriers, ease tensions, and offer new insights, making it as powerful and relevant now as it was in medieval times. In our modern age, where communication happens across cultures and contexts, humor acts as a universal language that can facilitate understanding and connection. The Jester teaches us that tackling serious subjects doesn't always require sternness. Instead, adding a touch of humor can foster openness and dialogue, shaping conversations in workplaces, social media, and interpersonal relations. By embracing this form of communication, we allow for a richer, more inclusive exchange of ideas, one where diversity of thought and expression can flourish. There lies an intrinsic paradox and a problem within the Jester's role, the risk of overstepping boundaries with those in power. The Jester's comedic immunity came with its own set of challenges. While they could jibe and jest even a king, an ill-timed comment could lead to severe repercussions. This delicate dance of maintaining favour while skirting perilous laughter is what makes the Jester's hat a timeless symbol of resilience and astuteness, showing us the fascinating contradictions jesters navigated in their careers. The very performance that granted jesters their influence also demanded a constant awareness of their audience's limits. This balance of truth and tact is a skill that remains as relevant in today's world as it was centuries ago, reminding us of the importance of context, timing, and sensitivity in effective communication. To apply this concept today, consider identifying modern jesters individuals who skillfully use humor to voice truths. In media, literature, or the political spectrum, those who can simultaneously entertain and inform are the jesters of our era. Their hats might not have bells, but their voices carry the same wisdom-laden jest. Look for figures who artfully combine commentary with comedy, those who challenge norms and provoke thought while still managing to bring a smile. An appreciation for the jester's tradition of blending humor with truth can inspire us to wield humor thoughtfully in our interactions, inviting positivity and contemplation. In conclusion, the jester's hat is not simply a humorous relic of a bygone era. It's a symbol that underscores the power of duality wisdom, masked as folly, truth delivered through jest. It reminds us of the importance of balance in discourse, where light-heartedness doesn't subtract depth, but enhances it. As you reflect on this, imagine the sounds of the medieval court quieting, leaving only the soft jingles of the jester's hat, an enduring reminder of the importance of humor intertwined with truth. The enduring legacy of the jester's hat and role offers a reassuring yet profound message that continues to resonate with audiences today. Laughter and wisdom, when united, can illuminate even the most complex of paths. Imagine juggling your work, family, and personal interests without dropping a single ball. Such is the art of juggling, both a physical performance and a metaphor for life's complexities. In medieval courts, the jester was often seen with several balls in the air, captivating his audience with a mix of skill and whimsy. Juggling, at its core, involves keeping multiple objects in motion simultaneously, demanding concentration and dexterity. Yet, beyond its entertainment value, it represents the delicate act of balancing various responsibilities, roles, and challenges in life. Just as a jester must keep his objects from falling, we too strive to maintain equilibrium amongst the different spheres of our existence. The act of juggling in the court provided a symbolic representation of the harmony achieved through skill and focus, a lesson as applicable today as it was centuries ago. Exploring the concept of juggling reveals much about medieval society's appreciation for equilibrium and control amidst the chaos of life. The jester, through his artful displays, became an embodiment of balance. His ability to maintain order among the flying objects was not only a spectacle of physical prowess, but also a metaphor for the constant balancing act required in life. Juggling serves as a reminder that even when the world seems jumbled, with elements spinning in various directions, a gentle artfulness and focus can harmonize and stabilize the disparate parts. Similar to how jesters held the attention of their courts, modern individuals juggle overlapping commitments, exemplifying this timeless skill in life's complex domains. Consider modern scenarios where juggling is metaphorically evident. Picture someone seamlessly managing a demanding career, social responsibilities, and personal growth. This is akin to a juggler maintaining a rhythm that allows each part to shine without losing momentum. On a corporate level, project managers handle multiple tasks, coordinating team efforts where each ball signifies a project component, ensuring no aspect falters. These acts of balance reflect the same principles once demonstrated by jesters, showing us that the artistry of juggling stretches beyond physical performance, weaving into the fabric of daily management and organizational behavior. By examining such real-world examples, we draw parallels between historical entertainment and contemporary life's challenges. Why should we care about this juggling act? The concept holds significant lessons on managing life's intersections seamlessly. In today's fast-paced environment, where demands often feel overwhelming, juggling represents a necessary skill for sustaining effectiveness and sanity. As lifestyles become more interconnected, mastering the art of maintaining balance across varied commitments is crucial for well-being and success. Juggling reveals the beauty in finding rhythm amidst multiplicity, granting us the capacity to thrive under pressure. Moreover, understanding this art reinforces the notion that balance doesn't imply perfection, but rather an adaptive harmony with life's dynamic elements, knowing when to focus energy on different aspects to ensure constant motion. However, juggling also harbors its paradoxes and complications. The skill suggests an illusion of control over every sphere, yet the unpredictability inherent in life means that sometimes, despite our best efforts, things slip through the cracks. The jester's perfect semblance of control can mask the underlying fear of failure. This fear is not unfounded. In any juggling act, dropping a ball equates to human error, indicative of limits rather than a lack of prowess. Perhaps this is the very reason the jester's role resonates deeply. It exposes the fascinating contradictions of maintaining balance while striving for cohesion, also confronting and accepting occasional disarray. In practical terms, how can one effectively apply or recognize the art of juggling in everyday life? Practice is fundamental. Begin with easier, smaller balls, simple tasks, or decisions to build confidence and rhythm. gradually increase complexity and number as your skill improves. Recognize signs of imbalance in your routinier dropped ball may signify overextension or need for realignment. Celebrate small victories in maintaining balance and learn from occasional missteps, using them as guides for improvement. Additionally, acknowledging that not everything must be juggled perfectly allows room for adaptability, encouraging resilience and creativity. Reflecting on juggling as more than an entertaining act reveals its profound significance. The court jester taught us that while objects are physically thrown into orbit, the stability and continuity lie in one's hands and focus. As you picture the rhythmic dance of a juggled act, let it be a metaphor for the fascinating interplay of life's elements. In these moments of synchronicity within chaos, we discover humor and wisdom, reminiscent of the historical jesters who turned simple tricks into lessons on harmony and balance. It's here, amid the juggling of responsibilities and dreams, where we learn to find our unique tempo, embracing the delicate art of keeping life's balls in the air without dropping any of our essential aspirations or duties. As we lean into this dance, perhaps we, like the jesters before us, can transform balancing acts into opportunities for personal growth and insight amidst the dynamic and unpredictable stages of our own lives. Imagine a world where medicine isn't just found in bottles, but also in moments of joy and laughter. Imagine laughter not merely as a spontaneous reaction to humor, but as a balm that soothes the soul and mind. In medieval courts, the jester served a purpose far beyond mere entertainment. He was the purveyor of laughter that could sometimes heal more effectively than any elixir. The concept of laughter as medicine is rooted in the jester's role, reminding us that humor can be a profound therapeutic tool. In a time before modern medicine, jesters played a pivotal role in uplifting the spirits of the court, using comedy to relieve stress, diffuse tension, and foster a joyous atmosphere. While laughter is often seen as light-hearted and frivolous, the science behind it reveals a wealth of psychological and physiological benefits, making it an integral component of medieval and modern-day health strategies. In expanding upon the idea that laughter can be medicinal, it's essential to delve into how jesters used humor to effect positive change within their environments. Jesters infused life with a certain lightness, serving as social lubricants who could ease the burdens of court life. Through witty banter and clever antics, they dissolved barriers, allowing courtiers to relax and drop their defenses. Laughter not only broke the monotony of daily routines, but also brought individuals together by creating shared, joyous experiences that strengthened communal bonds. Moreover, jesters were adept at using humor to navigate the hierarchy of the court, delivering sharp truths veiled in comedy, which enabled a form of communication that was both candid and constructive. By making people laugh, they offered an escape from life's anxieties and pressures, much like today's comedians do, subtly illustrating the timeless and universal need for this form of therapy. Let's examine two contrasting examples where laughter serves as a form of medicine. On one level, picture a family gathering where tensions run high due to conflicting personalities or stress. A well-timed joke or humorous story can shift the atmosphere, uniting everyone in their shared laughter. On a larger scale, Consider how humorists and satirists on the global stage address societal issues through comedy, prompting reflection and sometimes even sparking social change. Comedians like John Oliver or Trevor Noah blend humor with serious topics, making information digestible while simultaneously offering relief from the gravity of contemporary issues. These instances reflect the Jester's legacy, highlighting humor's dual role in social commentary and as an emotional balm providing immediate relaxation and longer-term mental health benefits. But why is laughter so potent in its healing capabilities? Scientifically, laughter triggers the release of endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals, which foster an overall sense of well-being and even act as pain relievers. This biological response underscores laughter's ability to act as a natural, medication-free way of reducing stress, enhancing mood, and boosting immune function. Understanding the physical impact of laughter provides insights into its historically revered role as a conduit for healing within the stressful courts of the past and its continued relevance today. Additionally, the act of laughing increases blood flow and oxygenation to the brain and muscles, fostering a sense of invigoration and alertness. This highlights that while jesters of old may not have known the science, they intuitively grasped the potential of laughter to renew and refresh. However, there's an interesting paradox within the concept of laughter as medicine, especially when considering the role of the jester. Laughter can often mask underlying tensions or discomforts. While jesters could momentarily lift spirits, they risked making light of serious situations or avoiding necessary but difficult confrontations. In this sense, laughter could also act as a double-edged sword, offering temporary relief without addressing the root causes of stress or conflict. Therefore, understanding when and how to employ humor becomes an art in itself, one that the jester needed to master and that we, in our modern lives, must also appreciate and utilize wisely. It's about recognizing that humor is most beneficial when balanced with tact and empathy, ensuring that its use supports genuine healing and understanding. To apply the concept of laughter as medicine today, one might start by cultivating a personal practice that incorporates humor into daily life. Whether it's watching comedic content, sharing jokes with friends, or attending live comedy shows. Recognize situations where humor can ease tensions or bring joy, using it to enhance communication and relationships. In workplaces or social settings, facilitate environments where humor can thrive, perhaps through team-building exercises involving comedic activities or light-hearted discussions. Incorporate humor as a coping mechanism, not as a tool to avoid issues, but as a means to gain perspective. This practice enables resilience and helps manage stress, reinforcing the idea that laughter is not only the best medicine, but also a bridge to deeper connections and a more balanced life. Reflecting back to bygone eras and the jester's influential role in shaping the emotional climate of the court, laughter's enduring legacy underscores its timeless importance. As the echo of joviality used by medieval jesters rings into modern times, it carries forward an invaluable lesson that laughter, though intangible, can mend, teach, and unite as few other forms of communication can. The spirit of the jester lives on in each smile and laugh shared today, a reminder of the intrinsic power humans possess to heal and connect through humor. As we take time to appreciate this invaluable tool, perhaps we can better navigate our own serious, sometimes somber world with a smile, fostering a joyful resilience that echoes the wisdom and mirth of this ancient art form. In the grand echoing halls of medieval palaces, amidst the clatter of nobles and the whispers of political intrigue, moved a figure both familiar and enigmatic, the court jester. At first glance, adorned in motley attire and a cap encircled with jingling bells, the jester appeared to be merely a source of amusement, a maker of merriment amidst the seriousness of court life. However, the reality of the jester's role extended far beyond entertaining tricks and humorous quips. The colourful garb served as a disguise beneath which lay a keen observer, a social commentator, and, sometimes, a cunning strategist. This segment reveals the often overlooked layers of the jester's life, an individual whose duties were as complex as they were necessary, casting light on the reality behind the laughter that resonated through royal chambers. Jesters used humour as their primary tool, yet behind the mirth lay a crucial function as intermediaries and influencers within the courtly hierarchy. Understanding the reality of a jester's life begins with recognizing their unique position in society one that afforded them unusual access to both the king and his subjects. This access meant they were not mere jesters, they were confidants, interpreters, and sometimes the bearers of news or truth that no one else dared to speak. The jester's colourful facade allowed them to challenge norms, blur lines of status, and provide perspectives that might otherwise remain unspoken in a rigidly structured societal order. Underneath the vibrant costume was a nuanced diplomat, adept at navigating the corridors of power without adhering to the strictures that bound the rest of the court. This unique position gave jesters a dual role where, alongside entertaining, they facilitated subtle communication and offered insights, often advising their lords disguised beneath their jester's wit and wisdom. Consider two contrasting perspectives that bring this reality into sharper focus. First, envision a modern political advisor whose role is to present unvarnished truths, wrapped with enough charm to remain palatable. The jester did much the same, blending truth with jest to ensure it was not only heard but digested by those in power. In another view, imagine a trusted media figure who brings light to critical issues through satire, shaping public opinion with equal measures of humour and honesty. Much like these figures, jesters wielded influence by striking a balance between levity and sincerity, changing perceptions through laughter while skillfully concealing the gravitas of their messages. Each jest was a crafted narrative, intertwining entertainment with enlightenment, ensuring the palace walls echoed with both laughter and reflection. Why does understanding the nuanced life of a jester matter today? Their hidden complexities highlight the value of multifaceted roles in modern society, where merging opposing traits can lead to unique perspectives and innovations. The jester's integration into the fabric of court life demonstrates the importance of fostering environments where humour coexists with honesty, encouraging dialogue and facilitating understanding between diverse parties. Recognizing the dual nature of a jester's role also underscores the power of humour in truth-telling, a reminder that valuable insights can come from unexpected places. In today's world, where discourse often turns rigid and polarized, revaluing these blended roles can inspire a more nuanced approach to communication, one that embraces the subtle art of delivering serious content with a light touch. The Jester's multifaceted role also contains intriguing contradictions. On the one hand, they relished freedom that others in the royal court could not enjoy, having the liberty to mock even monarchs. On the other, this freedom was bound by invisible constraints and unspoken contract, where crossing arbitrary lines could lead to dire consequences. The Jester's role was a delicate tightrope walk, balancing folly with insight, all while being acutely aware of the ever-shifting landscape of courtly favour. A laugh earned too closely, at the expense of power, could swiftly transform one's position from favoured fool to fallen outcast. This paradox reflects broader truths about navigating power dynamics, where perceived freedoms are tethered by the changing moods and tolerance of those in authority. In our time, to apply the Jester's embedded wisdom, consider embracing roles where one can deftly balance humour with honesty, especially in environments that demand delicate negotiations. Encourage the introduction of levity to solemn or challenging discussions as a means of facilitating openness and breaking down barriers. Cultivate a mindset that welcomes diverse viewpoints and uses humour as a bridge, not a divider. Leverage satire and parody as tools to foster understanding and highlight truths, following the Jester's adept method of wrapping wisdom in wit. This approach enables dialogue that is both approachable and profound, leading to innovative solutions and enhanced collaboration. Exploring the Jester's balance of roles encourages craving insight from every interaction, teaching us to shape environments where communication is enriched with both laughter and sincerity. Reflect on the Jester's place in historical narratives as a testament to adaptability, creativity, and resilience. They serve as a mirror, reflecting the multifaceted nature of human roles and the potential benefits of embracing these complexities. The Jester's story is not locked in the past, but instead echoes forward, inviting modern audiences to appreciate the intricate dance between folly and wisdom, laughter and truth. While we may no longer need a jesting figure courtside, the essence of their dual existence remains vital. It reminds us that even in the most structured or hierarchical systems, there is always space for nuance, humour, and honest discourse qualities that are timelessly relevant to connecting, collaborating, and understanding in both past and present contexts. Picture the scene: a bustling medieval court where politics, secrets, and ambition thrive beneath the surface, yet, amidst it all, laughter rings out. The Jester stands at the centre, engaging his audience not just with humour, but with his clever use of riddles and puzzles. These playful challenges, presented as Jester's riddles, were more than a means of amusement. They were vehicles for complex ideas and subtle criticisms, skillfully disguised in language everyone could enjoy. By posing questions wrapped in mystery, Jesters invited their audiences to think critically, question assumptions, and uncover hidden truths. Engaging the court in thought-provoking puzzles, Jesters practiced the art of conveying difficult messages with finesse and creativity, making the Jester's riddle a powerful tool for both entertainment and enlightenment within the rigid structures of medieval society. This interaction reflects the profound yet entertaining capacity of riddles to spark introspection and discernment through seemingly simple play. Exploring the Jester's riddle unveils how these intricate puzzles serve to challenge norms and stimulate intellectual curiosity in an age where direct questioning was not always possible. As jesters presented their puzzles, they subtly critiqued societal structures, offered moral observations, and highlighted dilemmas, encouraging courtiers to reflect on broader truths or injustices. By employing paradoxes and ambiguities, these riddles opened dialogues that conventional conversation couldn't broach, offering insight disguised as playfulness. The riddles' cryptic nature prevented offense by veiling criticism, and their layered meanings allowed listeners to infer according to their perceptions, creating a uniquely tailored experience. Gesturing riddles encapsulated the delicate balance of provocation and subtlety, where the struggle to solve them mirrored the court's intricate power, dynamics, and moral complexities. This engagement through enigma empowered participants to seek understanding, making the riddle not just a game, but a reflection of life's multifaceted truths. To illustrate the Jester's riddle's impact, consider modern expressions of this tradition. A contemporary version can be found in the strategic questioning used in negotiations or classrooms, where challenges prompt deeper inquiry and collaborative problem-solving. In another sense, political satire often entwines humour with critique, asking audiences to unravel truths hidden within comedy sketches. For instance, think of satirical news programs where each punchline incites laughter and reflection, providing insights into societal issues while evoking critical discourse. These examples show how the legacy of the Jester's riddle persists in today's communication tools, framing puzzles as fundamental to self-awareness and societal growth, nurturing a culture that embraces complexity and reflection in dialogue. Why do these enigmatic riddles remain significant? At their core, riddles foster engagement and stimulate the mental agility needed to navigate an ever-evolving world. In medieval times, when speech was constrained, riddles created a protected space for discourse, allowing jesters to offer perspectives and challenge assumptions without direct confrontation. Such strategies remind us of the importance of questioning and critical thinking, particularly in today's fast-paced, information-rich environment, where deciphering truths requires careful discernment. Additionally, the riddles emphasize the joy of learning and problem-solving through collaboration, echoing the need for communities that value dialogue and understanding. Therefore, the Jester's riddle serves as a timeless reminder that behind every question posed, opportunities for discovery await, allowing individuals to harness curiosity as a sustainable driver of innovation and empathy. However, the nature of the Jester's riddle also presents intriguing contradictions. While they allowed jesters to critique and influence, the ambiguity could lead to misinterpretation, sometimes causing unintended offense or confusion. The challenge lay in crafting puzzles with enough clarity to spark discovery without overstepping boundaries, risking miscommunication or the jester's position. These experiences reflect broader trends in communication, where the intent can easily be misconstrued, emphasizing the delicate art of delivering messages embedded with double meanings and the importance of understanding context and audience. The paradox of the Jester's riddle is intriguing. It is both a path to insight and a potential source of misunderstanding, relying on the audience's willingness to engage actively and seek truth. In practical terms, embracing the concept of the Jester's riddle today encourages fostering environments that prioritize thoughtful inquiry and playfulness in problem solving. This can be achieved by integrating concept-based learning in educational systems, promoting curiosity through storytelling, and utilizing games or escape room-like challenges in team settings to inspire collaboration. Within leadership or organization, encourage creative questioning to unlock innovative solutions, urging individuals to approach challenges with both seriousness and play. The essence of the Jester's riddle underscores that complexity should not deter exploration, and often, reframing issues or tasks as captivating puzzles can unravel diverse solutions, driving change organically. By understanding that some of life's profound lessons lie in questions rather than answers, individuals gain an enriched perspective toward learning and growth. Ultimately, the Jester's role in crafting and sharing riddles is a testament to the enduring power of questions to prompt reflection and discovery. As we contemplate the echoes of Jester's laughter-filled diplomacy, riddles continue to symbolically invite us to ponder the mysteries of human experience, urging engagement and insight. In an age where straightforward dialogue doesn't always lead to truth, the Jester's legacy welcomes a nuanced exploration of reality, navigating through humor and enigma to shine light on the questions that define our shared paths. These timeless riddles offer a glimpse into a way of thinking that helps bridge differences and deepen understanding, encouraging us to always look beyond what is immediately visible to find profound beauty and meaning within the playful dance of words and ideas. In the vibrant courts of the medieval era, amidst the tapestry of nobles and the chatter of dignitaries, stood the Jester figure, cloaked in colourful garb and laughter. Yet the Jester was far from the mere fool he appeared to be. Behind the painted mask and lively antics lay an ingenious ingenious fool. This individual was charged not just with entertaining, but with wielding wisdom, masquerading as folly. The ingenious fool possessed an understanding of human nature and a sharp intellect that allowed them to navigate the complex social and political landscapes of the court subtly and effectively. Tasked with keeping the court amused and engaged, the Jester cleverly wove insightful commentary into his jests and riddles, pushing boundaries and inciting reflection among courtiers. Their intelligence was their greatest asset, transforming their role from mere entertainers to essential fixtures in the courtly ecosystem, balancing humour with crucial critique. To grasp the depth of the ingenious fool's role, it's essential to see how their intelligence was both their tool and their disguise. Rather than straightforward discourse, the Jester used humour and wit to convey ideas, critique decisions, and influence thought processes. By masking their sharp insights in comedy, they provided counsel in a manner that was both engaging and non-threatening. The remarkable aspect of the ingenious fool was their ability to operate under the guise of frivolity, employing playful banter as their medium for social criticism and reflection. In doing so, they fostered an environment where even difficult truths could be considered without fear of repercussions. This intellectual dance, hidden beneath the veneer of comedy, was their domain, showcasing their ability to maintain a vital, if understated, influence on the court's dynamics. Consider two modern exemplars of the ingenious fool concept. First, think of a comedian who uses their platform to challenge societal norms and promote social change, making their audience reconsider ingrained beliefs through humor and satire. Similarly, satirical television hosts often highlight absurdities in current events and politics, providing both entertainment and insight into pressing issues. These figures, much like the medieval jester, wield humor as a mechanism for truth-telling, encouraging audiences to engage critically with the world around them. By integrating humor into serious discussions, they echo the jester's legacy, illustrating how intelligence paired with humor can illuminate complex topics and inspire reflection, dialogue, and change. These parallels to the ingenious fool reveal the enduring value of this role in today's discourse. But why is this combination of intelligence and humor important? The ingenious fool embodies the ideal that wisdom is not diminished by humor, but can be amplified through it. Humor fosters connection, lightens heavy conversations, and opens doors to deeper understanding. In an age overwhelmed by information, where discussions can quickly become polarized, the jester's ability to blend insight with laughter serves as a reminder that there are alternate avenues to truth. This adaptability in communication, where messages are tailored to engage rather than alienate, is crucial for fostering relationships and collaborations in both personal and professional spheres. The ingenious fool teaches us that combining intellect with humor can help bridge divides, making complex ideas accessible and less intimidating, encouraging inclusive and curious dialogues. Yet, with the power of the ingenious fool comes a delicate paradox. While humor allows access to otherwise restricted discourses, this same power can trivialize significant issues if not applied thoughtfully. The fine line between enlightenment and insensitivity is a constant consideration. If not carefully managed, the humorous veil may inadvertently diminish the importance of critical issues or be misunderstood by those it aims to enlighten. This duality underscores the responsibility carried by those who engage in this art, ensuring that while humor entertains, it must still provide genuine insights and retain the integrity of the presented message. The challenge lies in mastering the balance of respect and irreverence, ensuring the laughter serves to enhance rather than undermine the discourse. To leverage the lessons of the ingenious fool today, we should strive to encourage environments where humor and insight coexist. In educational or corporate settings, humor can be used to diffuse tension, making challenging material more approachable and memorable. Embrace storytelling, parody, or interactive dialogue as part of discussions on serious topics, promoting engagement while inducing thought. Encourage the practice of curiosity, paired with levity, inspiring innovative thinking and inclusivity. As individuals, we can aim to communicate our ideas with wit and candor, ensuring our messages are heard without alienating or disenfranchising others. By applying this approach, the legacy of the ingenious fool continues, urging us to discern life's intricacies with both intellect and joy. Reflecting on the place of the ingenious fool in history and modern times reveals an enduring truth, that wisdom need not be solemn, and that often the path to understanding is best travelled with a light heart and a sharp mind. The Jester, through their ingenious play, invites us to see the world with a dual lens, embrace the power of humour not only to entertain, but as a potent tool to illuminate, connect, and transform. As we ponder the Jester's contributions, we find inspiration to approach our own environments with the same blend of creativity and intelligence, ensuring that our contributions, much like theirs, are both impactful and enduring in an ever-evolving tapestry of human experience. In the grandiose courts of medieval Europe, jesters adorned in vibrant attire played a pivotal role that went beyond mere entertainment, wielding humour to reveal deeper truths. The mask of mirth, though seemingly frivolous, held profound significance, allowing jesters to navigate the delicate task of conveying candid messages within a framework of comedy. By cloaking critiques and pertinent observations about the court and its politics in laughter, jesters acted as mirrors, reflecting truths that were often difficult to express directly. Through their performances, they presented reality with a twist, challenging norms and prompting the court to view situations anew. The mask of mirth was more than theatricality, was a strategic tool that transformed comedy into a medium of influence and reflection. With their humorous veneer, jesters opened pathways to serious dialogues, delivering wisdom wrapped in jest, ensuring their contributions to the courtly life were both entertaining and enlightening, subtly urging introspection. As we delve deeper into the concept of the mask of mirth, it's evident that humour served as a protective cloak, sheltering jesters as they navigated politically charged environments. This mask allowed them to present potentially offensive truths or opinions in a palatable form, reducing the risk of direct confrontation. Through allegory, metaphor, and puns, jesters could critique and provoke thought while maintaining deniability under the guise of comedy. The mask provided a buffer, enabling a dialogue that was engaged yet detached, where courtiers could explore ideas without the threat of reprisal. This role required sharp intellect and a keen understanding of social dynamics, as jesters continually assessed the boundaries of acceptable speech. Their performances were thus meticulously crafted artifacts, blending humour with substance, ensuring the message was delivered effectively, while concealing the jester's true depth of insight and intention beneath the guise of merriment. To understand this further, consider the modern-day satire as an extension of the mask of mirth. Political satirists often tread a line between humour and critique, highlighting societal issues with comic flair while urging audiences to rethink perceptions. Similarly, comedians using stand-up as a platform draw attention to social disparities, using wit to challenge stereotypes and prejudices in an accessible way. Think of how television personalities like John Oliver and Hassan Minhaj use humour to dissect and analyse complex political landscapes, echoing the jester's technique of influencing thought through laughter. These examples embody the mask of mirth's legacy, reinforcing that comedy can be an effective vehicle for commentary, capable of addressing serious matters under a veneer of light-heartedness, encouraging audiences to confront realities they might otherwise ignore or dismiss. Why does the mask of mirth hold enduring relevance? At its core, it underscores the transformative potential of humour in discourse, highlighting how levity can facilitate openness, reduce defensiveness, and promote understanding. In a world where debates often become polarized, humor retains its power to unite, turning sensitive topics into shared experiences and easing the path for difficult conversations. The Mask of Mirth embodies the principle that laughter can be more than mere amusement. It can act as a bridge across divides, fostering an atmosphere where honest dialogue becomes possible. As society grapples with complex issues and seeks inclusive solutions, embracing the Jester's approach melding humor and insight can lead to more productive interactions where varying viewpoints are heard and valued, and where conversation flows not in contention, but in collaboration. Yet, wielding the Mask of Mirth also brings inherent contradictions and risks. While humor can foster dialogue, it can also obscure true intent, with the potential for misinterpretation or tone deafness. There's a thin line between providing critique through humor and unintentionally diminishing serious subjects. This paradox reflects a fundamental challenge of using comedy for commentaria, reliance on the audience's ability to discern between humor and underlying messages. The Jester's mask can present a double-edged sword, offering protection to the speaker, but also demanding responsibility in message delivery. This dual nature highlights the importance of coupling humor with sensitivity, ensuring jest does not stray into cruelty, but retains its capacity to enlighten or challenge constructively. To apply the wisdom beneath the Mask of Mirth in contemporary contexts, encourage the use of humor as a tool for engagement in education, workplaces, and social settings. Foster environments where wit and insight coalesce, allowing people to explore complex ideas without fear of judgment. Encourage humor as a means to reduce barriers, promoting discussions that are both enlightening and enjoyable. When facilitating conversations on challenging topics, use humor to create common ground and ease tension, enhancing dialogue and collaboration. Additionally, recognize the importance of context and audience sensitivity, ensuring humor serves to illuminate rather than obscure. By adopting the principles of the Jester's mask, individuals can transform communication, promoting both clarity and creativity in diverse narratives. Ultimately, the Mask of Mirth illustrates how jesters elevated their roles beyond the expected, transforming comedy into an art of influence and introspection. Reflecting on this legacy, we see how humor remains an essential part of communication, offering pathways to truth that are accessible, engaging, and impactful. In an era where voices strive to be heard across vast channels, the Jester's timeless techniques remind us of the profound ability to meet complexity with a smile, ensuring discourse remains dynamic and enriching. As we integrate these lessons into modern lives, we embrace the laughter's enduring power to illuminate truths, promote empathy, and bind communities together in the thick of life's most nuanced quandaries. In the structured world of medieval courts, where hierarchy reigned supreme and norms shaped every action, jesters played a crucial role in challenging conventions with their unique blend of candor and comedy. These jesters broke conventions not through overt rebellion, but through subtle yet impactful use of humor that questioned authority while maintaining their precarious positions within the court. Acting as the perennial rule breakers, they brought a refreshing perspective that was often absent in the rigidly governed systems of the time. The jesters' genius lay not only in their ability to entertain, but also in their capacity to push boundaries, exploring uncharted discourse under the guise of laughter. This subtle art of resistance allowed them to propose new ideas, challenging accepted norms, and ultimately enabling transformation within the structures they entertain. By understanding the complex interplay between humor and power, jesters became catalysts for innovation and change, cleverly navigating authority while simultaneously questioning it. Delving deeper into the jester's role in breaking conventions, one uncovers the profound impact of their performances, which transcended mere entertainment. Jesters had the unique freedom to address taboo subjects and critique authority in ways that others could not. Their humor provided a vehicle for expressing dissenting opinions, raising issues that lay untouched by courtiers trapped in protocol. Through their performances, which often included satire, parody, and poignant comments disguised as jokes, jesters encouraged their audiences to consider alternative viewpoints and question the status quo. This playful rebellion unfolded beneath the surface of merrymaking, allowing jesters to influence current thought without inciting explicit confrontation. Though jesters were perceived as the clowns of the court, their performances were saturated with social critique and awareness, placing them at the heart of a cultural dynamic where laughter became a tool for subtle advocacy and resistance. Consider this dual role played by jesters as reflected in today's comedians, who use their platforms to address and challenge societal norms. One can observe how a stand-up comedian tackles contentious topics, from political policies to systemic inequalities, all while engaging their audience through humor. Shows like Saturday Night Live or The Daily Show often weave satire into comedy sketches, critiquing political figures and policies, while spurring audiences to reconsider entrenched beliefs. Like the jesters, modern-day entertainers use humor as a tool to dissect and challenge authority, inspiring reflection and discourse, thus continuing the age-old tradition of questioning through jest. These comparisons resonate with the jester's legacy, underscoring the enduring power of humor to catalyze thought and dialogue, encouraging society to rethink and reimagine established norms. But why does the jester's method of breaking conventions matter in today's context? In an era marked by rapid change and evolving social and political landscapes, the ability to blend humor with critique holds immense value. The jester's approach fosters an open dialogue where challenging ideas becomes less intimidating, making space for innovative thinking and creative problem-solving. As contemporary societies grapple with complex issues from climate change to digital privacy, embracing humor as part of discourse encourages a culture where questioning is not only accepted but encouraged. Humor softens the resistance to new ideas, creating an environment conducive to evolution and adaptability. By revisiting the techniques of these medieval jesters, we can find inspiration to nurture resilience and change within modern frameworks, transforming apprehension into opportunity for growth. However, the art of breaking conventions through humor also presents inherent challenges and contradictions. The jester's freedom to critique was limited by their role's boundaries, reliant on their audience's tolerance and the ruler's favor. Misjudging the delicate balance of humor and critique could lead to grave consequences, including loss of position or worse. This paradox underscores the careful artistry required in crafting performances that provoked thought yet respected the ever-present power dynamics. The challenge of balancing freedom with restraint is reflective of broader tensions faced when using humor as a tool for addressing authority today. These parallels highlight the complexity involved in ensuring humor remains a force for positive engagement without veering into offense or triviality, emphasizing respect and empathy as central components. To apply the Jester's methods of gracefully challenging traditions in today's settings, encourage a culture of humor-infused discourse that fosters curiosity and inclusivity. Within organizations, schools, or communities, facilitate workshops and discussions that blend humor with learning, promoting spaces where questioning becomes both safe and constructive. Create opportunities for role-playing or improvisation that allow individuals to explore different perspectives and rethink assumptions. By valuing humor as part of the dialogue, encourage innovative thought while nurturing an atmosphere of mutual respect and understanding. Leaders and educators can inspire others by adopting a Jester's approach, balancing insight with levity, encouraging adaptability and creativity in team dynamics and interpersonal communication. Reflecting on the historical role of jesters as both entertainers and provocateurs reveals timeless elements of humanity's ongoing quest to understand and reshape its world. Their artful defiance and masterful presentation remind us that even within hierarchical, rule-bound systems, there remains room for humor and innovation. The Jester's tale continues to echo, teaching us the value of courage wrapped in laughter and promoting change through gentle yet profound rebellion. As we incorporate these lessons into modern life, we blend the serious with the playful, challenging the fabric of conventions while remaining connected by the universal, unifying thread of humor. In the spirit of the jesters who danced between the lines, we find inspiration to navigate our own paths, transforming convention into evolution with a smile as our guide. In the hierarchical domains of medieval Europe, where social classes rigidly defined one's identity and worth, jesters carved out a unique niche, using laughter as a leveling force in a world dominated by rigid protocols and status. The art of jesting allowed them to transcend these boundaries, creating a space where equality could fleetingly exist, if only through a shared moment of amusement. This pursuit of equality in jest revealed that humor could temporarily dissolve social hierarchies, leveling the playing field and allowing courtiers, regardless of rank, to engage on a more personal human level. By mingling humor with insight, jesters transformed their roles into something far greater than mere entertainers. They became agents of subtle social change. Their performances encouraged inclusivity within the court, fostering connections that crossed societal divisions, displaying that while laughter might not permanently erase barriers, it could bridge them, reminding everyone of their shared humanity under the guise of comedy. Exploring how jesters fostered equality in a hierarchical world demands an understanding of their unique position, granted unparalleled license to speak with frankness. Within the confines of their performative space, they freely navigated between the classes, delivering humor that poked fun at nobility and commoners alike. Jesters could critique a king's decision or tease the foibles of a high-ranking lord without severe repercussions, a testament to their rare ability to transcend social divisions through comedy. Such laughter-mediated dialogues momentarily dismantled the court's elaborate pecking order, allowing varied voices to be heard, even within the rigid structures of medieval society. The jester's humour lightened the weight of status, using jest not just as entertainment but as an equalizer, blurring lines that typically constrained interaction amongst different ranks and roles. Beyond amusing quips, jesters facilitated communal experiences where the ordinary and the elite shared laughter, dismantling the stratification of titles in those brief yet impactful moments of merriment. To expand further on this concept, consider the role of modern comedians and social media influencers who use humour to address disparities and promote social justice. Stand-up comedians like Hannah Gadsby and Dave Chappelle often use their platforms to confront societal inequalities and challenge stereotypes using humour to engage audiences from diverse backgrounds in dialogue about race, gender, and identity. On platforms like Twitter, humour is employed to highlight inconsistencies or injustices, encouraging discourse and reflection among millions who engage with this content. These modern jesters continue the tradition of blending levity with activism, demonstrating how humour fosters inclusivity and connection, encouraging audiences to examine and potentially dismantle entrenched social barriers. Such figures, like their medieval counterparts, showcase the perennial potential of humour to unite disparate groups through shared understanding and insight, turning laughter into a potent tool for societal connection and reflection. Yet, the quest for equality in jest also encounters its share of complexities and challenges. While humour can unite, it can also alienate if misused or misunderstood, emphasizing the fine line jesters tread in balancing satire with sensitivity. The very act of jesting that permits dialogue across status lines requires an astute awareness of context, ensuring that humour fosters inclusivity rather than perpetuating stereotypes or divisions. The paradox here is that while laughter can rise above barriers, it also runs the risk of reinforcing them if those it targets become misunderstood or marginalized. This duality speaks to the need for skillful navigation of humour's intricacies, ensuring that jest serves as a tool for positive engagement rather than inadvertently upholding existing divides. The challenge lies in mastering the art of inclusive comedy where humour invites everyone to the table while avoiding the pitfalls of offence or exclusion, ensuring that amidst the laughter, mutual respect prevails. To translate the jester's legacy of fostering equality through humour into modern practice, embrace humour not merely as a tool for entertainment, but as a bridge connecting diverse perspectives. In community spaces, educational settings, or workplaces, encourage programs that integrate humour with dialogue, using comedy to broach topics of diversity, inclusion, and equality. For leaders and facilitators, crafting environments that support open discussion paired with humour can break down barriers, inspire collaboration, and democratize spaces often governed by formality. Encourage using humour strategically to diffuse tension and engage audiences, promoting empathy and understanding across diverse social landscapes. By cultivating a culture where all voices contribute to the shared narrative, echoing the jester's balancing act, we help ensure that laughter leads to kinship and understanding rather than division. Reflecting on the jester's contribution to levelling societal structures reveals timeless strategies for overcoming divides with humanity's oldest equalizer, laughter. Their deft, artful humor illuminated that beneath societal trappings lay a shared experience rich with potential for solidarity and unity. In applying these lessons today, the humor of the Jesters calls upon us to use their tools for uniting, challenging us to reconsider the lines drawn in contemporary society. We find that Jesters, heralds of laughter, left behind not only a gift of amusement, but also a blueprint for dialogue, a reminder that the path to equality can indeed be paved with humor, mingling fun with progress in a world continually navigating its own hierarchical labyrinth. Using their example, we are inspired to wield levity as a connector, ensuring that our laughter leads society towards understanding, empathy, and, ultimately, a more equitable existence. Within the lavish courts of medieval realms, the Jester inhabited a unique position, a figure who brought levity to somber gatherings and served as the court's comic reflection, offering society a clearer view of itself. By inhabiting this dual role, Jesters mirrored societal values, norms, and inconsistencies back to their audience with humor and insight. Acting as a crucial lens through which the court could examine its practices and priorities, the Jesters' performances were not merely for amusement. They were charged with the subtle task of providing commentary on societal norms, exposing flaws with wit and intelligence. In doing so, Jesters fulfilled the vital role of the comic reflection, using laughter to open eyes and foster a deeper understanding of social realities. Their artful jesting highlighted contradictions and encouraged introspection, functioning as both entertainment and a powerful instrument for social critique, urging their high-born audiences to reconsider their world from a fresh, often humorous perspective. As we explore the essence of the comic reflection, it becomes clear that Jesters were adept at weaving humor with truth to create engaging narratives that resonated deeply with their audiences. They crafted stories and acts that cleverly embedded societal observations within playful antics, allowing courtiers to view their own behaviors, politics, and hierarchies reflected back with both charm and clarity. Through satire, parody, and mimicry, Jesters could parody authority, challenge decisions, and spotlight absurdities, inspiring audiences to think critically. This reflection was not always flattering, yet it was indispensable, pushing courtiers toward awareness and change in a manner that was both effective and safe under the guise of humor. The Jesters' brilliance lay in their ability to use comedy as a mirror, prompting their audience to laugh at the absurdities they observed and gently urging them toward enlightened action through levity. Consider this concept through the lens of modern society, where the legacy of the comic reflection thrives in the forms of political satire and comedic journalism. Programs like The Daily Show or Last Week Tonight hold mirrors to current events, using humor to shed light on the intricacies and follies of political and social systems. Comedians like Ali Wong and Hassan Minhaj convey poignant insights through comedy routines, prompting audiences to laugh while examining cultural stereotypes and societal norms. These contemporary reflections continue the Jester's tradition, blending comedy with critique to uncover truths and promote dialogue, underscoring how humor remains a potent tool for social reflection. By inviting audiences to confront veiled truths while engaging with laughter, these modern Jesters facilitate critical conversation, drawing parallels between historical Jesters and today's commentators who provoke thought through wit, laughter, and societal introspection. Why does the function of the comic reflection remain indispensable even today? This role is essential because it underscores the power of humor to facilitate critical thinking and promote social awareness. In a world often divided by differing ideologies and perspectives, humor creates a space where multiple viewpoints can coexist, evolve, and be examined without hostility. The Jester's reflections remind us that self-awareness and growth often stem from the ability to laugh at oneself and one's circumstances, reducing defensiveness and resistance to change. In encouraging societies to see themselves more clearly, humor acts as a gentle catalyst for improvement, allowing communities to address imbalances, celebrate strengths, and confront shortcomings. As contemporary issues grow more complex, the comic reflection provides a valuable lens for making sense of and responding to societal challenges, ensuring that, amidst laughter, dialogue, and understanding prevail. However, the art of comic reflection is fraught with challenges and responsibilities. It requires a delicate balance between humor and sensitivity, ensuring that the reflection presented fosters insight rather than offense or misunderstanding. The jester's ability to balance critique with jest becomes a crucial skill, as the risk of misinterpretation can undermine the intended message. Misjudging this balance might lead to reinforcing stereotypes or deepening divides, rather than bridging them. This paradox highlights the responsibility of those who wield humor as a reflection tool, underscoring the need for empathy and awareness of context and audience. For humor to really affect change, it must be wielded thoughtfully, ensuring that it remains a facilitator of understanding and catalyst for progress, rather than a vehicle for unwarranted ridicule or alienation. To embrace the art of comic reflection today, foster environments that encourage storytelling and humor as means of dialogue and learning. Use comedic elements in educational systems to encourage curiosity and critical thinking, promoting more engaging and insightful learning experiences. In workplaces and community groups, integrate humor as part of team-building exercises, enhancing communication, creativity, and collaboration, reducing hierarchy barriers where diverse perspectives are freely shared. Encourage leaders and facilitators to use humor to open discussions about power dynamics or organizational culture, fostering transparency and transformation within structures. By embedding humor with purpose, echo the jester's approach, ensuring spaces where reflection prompts enlightenment and laughter builds bridges. Reflecting on the jester's role as the purveyor of comic reflection reveals the timeless need for humor as a means of understanding and engaging with the world. The jester's legacy invites us to adopt laughter as a lens for self-awareness and communal growth, reinforcing that beneath the gleam of comedy lies a profound potential for insight and evolution. Channeling this ancient wisdom, we are reminded to embrace the art of humor in our daily interactions, ensuring that amidst the cleverness and chaos, we continuously strive toward hearing, seeing, and understanding our shared human experience more intimately. Through laughter, may we discover clarity, compassion, and community, harnessing the power of humor to illuminate paths toward progress and harmony, alongside joy-infused understanding. In the richly textured tapestry of history, the chronicles of laughter echo across time, tracing the evolution of the jester from ancient traditions to their pinnacle, within the courts of medieval Europe. These jesters, though often depicted merely as fools in brightly coloured attire, carried a deep-rooted legacy of serving as both entertainers and social commentators. Their role, as it evolved through centuries, became more than pure entertainment. It became an essential aspect of court life, intertwining the art of humour with acute observation and cultural influence. The historical evolution of the jester unveils a multifaceted journey, one that transformed simple jest into a sophisticated blend of entertainment, diplomacy, and cognitive introspection. Their place in history underscores the timeless importance of laughter as a medium of insight and critique, revealing that jesters were not merely frivolous comic interludes, but were vital, often sagacious figures whose legacy ripples through the fabric of time, shaping concepts of humour and satire. Tracing the origins of the jester takes us back to early civilizations, where figures akin to jesters appeared in various forms, from ancient Egypt's servants of the pharaoh, who used wit to diffuse or entertain, to the comic playwrights in classical Greece, whose sharp observations satirized societal mores. As societies evolved, so too did the function and form of jesters, culminating in the medieval courts of Europe, where their roles were enshrined in ritual and hierarchy. Within the court, jesters enjoyed unique privileges, granted the rare freedom to speak candidly, using humour as both shield and sword. By medieval times, their place as unofficial counsellors was cemented, with jesters valued not only for their ability to amuse, but for their capacity to deliver unfiltered truths with humour as their veil. They wielded the sceptre of comedy with deftness, ensuring laughter-bridged communication gaps in highly political environments, offering perspectives that might otherwise remain unspoken. Consider the significance of this evolution from historical to contemporary contexts by examining the role of modern comedians and satirists who continue the jester's tradition. Programs like Saturday Night Live and performers such as John Cleese or Hannah Gadsby employ humour to comment on cultural and political landscapes, paralleling the medieval jester's method of using comedy for commentary. Much like their predecessors, these modern jesters navigate complex topics, employing humour as a lens to reframe ideas and spark dialogue, encouraging introspection through entertainment. These parallels illustrate how the jester's enduring legacy of social commentary through humour transcends time, revealing a shared human affinity for wit as a means to navigate complexity and cultivate understanding. Through this continuity, jesters and their modern counterparts demonstrate the integral role of humour in reflecting on and reshaping societal norms. Understanding why this evolution matters involves recognizing the essential functions that jesters have served throughout history. Beyond entertainment, they filled the roles of confidants, advisors, and conveyors of uncomfortable truths, revealing humour's deeper function as a facilitator of change and social cohesion. Their ability to engage with difficult subjects by lightening the mood made complex ideas more accessible and encouraged shifts in perspective. This historical reflection invites us to appreciate humour's enduring power as a tool for transformation, promoting an environment where laughter intertwines with insight and encourages dialogue that bridges divides. As societies face contemporary challenges, from political polarization to global crises revisiting, the jester's multifaceted roles inspires the integration of humour into dialogue, creating more inclusive and adaptable frameworks for addressing shared goals and concerns. However, the legacy of jesters is marked by complexities and contradictions. While they were granted freedoms within hierarchical systems, their survival depended on deftly balancing humor with tact, ensuring laughter didn't cross into offense. The jester's tightrope walk underscores humor's potential as both a constructive and divisive force, contingent on context and delivery. This duality reflects broader challenges in modern communication, emphasizing the importance of empathy and intention behind humor's use. Effective jesting required sensitivity and timing, a lesson equally relevant today where humor traverses cultural nuances, urging caution to ensure that wit invites reflection and connection, not alienation or misunderstanding. Understanding these dynamics reinforces the need for humor to be mindful and deliberate, fostering positive engagement rather than misunderstandings. To embrace the lessons from the historical evolution of the jester, integrate humor constructively into modern, social, educational, and organizational frameworks. In educational settings, employ comedic elements to enhance learning experiences, making subjects more approachable and inviting curiosity. Encourage leaders and changemakers to wield humor thoughtfully, using it to inspire and galvanize communities, fostering environments where dialogue flows freely and insight emerges collectively. Recognize humor as a uniting force, encouraging collaborative efforts and easing tensions during conflict resolution or strategy discussions. By drawing guidance from Jester's legacy, leverage the transformative power of laughter to encourage growth, empathy, and inclusion, ensuring that humor continues to illuminate and elevate conversations across diverse arenas. Reflecting on the chronicles of laughter invites us to honor the jester's substantial contributions, recognizing laughter as more than mere entertainment, but as a vital force for communication, introspection, and societal change. As we channel these insights into modern contexts, the enduring allure of jesting challenges us to continually harness its potential, ensuring humor remains a cherished bridge between ideas, cultures, and communities, guiding progress with a smile. Through Jester's artful narratives, we aspire to embrace their spirit of merriment, infused with wisdom, echoing their laughter in our ongoing journey to understand and connect with our shared human experience. Across the sweeping arcs of history, the revered and often misunderstood figure of the jester has wielded an emblematic influence on art and literature, marking the transition from court fool to cultural icon. The jester, with their colourful attire and piercing insight cloaked in humour, inspired myriad works spanning centuries, influencing both the tone and substance of numerous literary and artistic endeavours. From Shakespeare's cleverly constructed fools, who reveal truths through wit, to the vivid depictions on canvas capturing the jester's essence as both entertainer and sage, jesters have left an indelible mark on creative expressions throughout history. Their presence invites a deeper exploration into human nature, social conventions, and the delicate balance between folly and wisdom. For creators across eras, the jester became a symbolic figure through which complexities of the human condition were explored, illustrating the dualities of society, its laughter, and its solemnity within the unfurling narratives of art and literature. Understanding the impact of jesters on art and literary traditions demands an appreciation of how their image and voice have been woven into stories and visual arts. In literature, the jester's persona provided a vehicle for authors to interject critical observations veiled in comedy, reaching audiences with lessons nestled within humour. Shakespeare deftly employed the fool character in plays like King Lear and Twelfth Night, where these seemingly frivolous figures offer profound insights into human motivation, unmasking truths hidden behind the mask of comedy. In parallel, the visual arts captured jesters in portraits and dramatic scenes, portraying them as compelling figures whose expressions and postures reveal deep narrative layers. Painters like Diego Velázquez immortalized the jester in artworks that captured their dual role as lively companions and contemplative observers, blurring the line between the joyous and the reflective. Through these artistic portrayals, jesters have shaped a lasting iconography that transcends their historical presence, reflecting both a fascination with their role and the broader cultural significance they embody as purveyors of truth through jest. Consider the modern legacy of jesters reflected in contemporary art and media, where their influence endures. Today, jesters appear in satirical literature, films, and digital media as characters who challenge norms and provoke thought through humour. Characters akin to jesters populate works of satire, their antics serving as conduits for critical commentary on society's idiosyncrasies. In television series like The Simpsons or novels by authors like Terry Pratchett, the jester's spirit lives on alive in jesters' modern counterparts who distill complex issues into approachable narratives rich with humour and insight. These modern expressions continue the jester's tradition of blending entertainment with philosophy, proving that their archetypal influence remains vibrant in today's cultural expressions. Such continuity shows that the essence of the jester, as a figure who straddles the line between humour and wisdom, continues to be a potent tool for storytelling, offering clarity and perspective in an ever-changing world. Why does this enduring impact matter? By examining jesters' role in art and literature, we uncover not only their historical significance, but also their ongoing relevance in facilitating cultural discourse. As bastions of subversive thinking, jesters embody the power of humour to challenge perceptions and inspire introspection. Their presence across generations reflects humanity's innate curiosity and need for narrative vehicles that explore deeper truths. Whether through painting or prose, the jester represents the courage to defy conventions, a reminder of the value of questioning norms with wit and intelligence. In a rapidly evolving cultural landscape, jesters provide continuity, a reminder that amidst new narratives and voices, the fundamental desire to reflect, critique, and laugh remains a constant. They reinforce the vital role of humour and satire as catalysts for change and understanding, inspiring artists and writers to continue probing life's complexities through the lens of levity and insight. However, this influence on the creative world invites exploration of inherent challenges and paradoxes. Though jesters provoke thought, the subtlety of their humour can sometimes obscure or dilute messages, risking misinterpretation or underestimation of their insights. This complexity emphasizes the delicate balance required in weaving humour into serious discourse, ensuring that comedy does not trivialize, but rather complements and deepens understanding. The intricate nature of interpreting jesters' roles highlights the importance of context and audience, urging creators to wield humor thoughtfully to engage, not alienate, their audiences. These challenges mirror the broader task of using humor to address complex topics sensitively and inclusively, reflecting a universal necessity for empathy and timing in creative expressions. To integrate the Jester's legacy effectively into modern art and literature, creators can embrace humor as a conduit for innovation and dialogue. Encourage narratives that incorporate humor to engage audiences in complex themes while inviting reflection and conversation. In visual arts, explore the juxtaposition of light and dark elements, mirroring the Jester's duality to amplify thematic depth and resonance. Educators and cultural leaders can draw on Jester's legacy to inspire programs that blend entertainment with education, offering spaces where humor cultivates understanding across differences. By recognizing the enduring value of Jester's contributions, we are reminded to infuse humor into both traditional and contemporary forms of storytelling, ensuring they remain vibrant and impactful, celebrating humanity's rich, multifaceted experience. The influences of Jesters on art and literature, spanning centuries, invite a celebration of the timeless blend of humor, insight, and creativity. As we draw inspiration from their legacy, the enduring spirit of Jesters challenges us to engage with the past and present with humor and wisdom, crafting narratives that connect and elevate, resonating across the boundaries of time and culture. Through the laughter shared and the stories told, their legacy endures, guiding us as we seek to understand and express the human condition in all its vibrant, beautiful complexity. In this journey, the Jester continues to be both muse and mentor, illuminating paths toward insight with the playful grace that defines their art from eras past to the ever-contemporary now. In the multifaceted roles they played, Jesters often occupied more than one position within the medieval courts, donning the proverbial masks of disguise to fulfill varied duties that extended beyond entertainment. These masters of disguise seamlessly shifted between roles, embodying the quintessential dual performers who navigated the complexities of medieval power with an unparalleled flexibility and adaptability. By day, they might have provoked laughter with quips and jests. By night, they might have served as advisors or confidants, their comedic roles providing an unsuspected cover for their deeper engagements with court politics. The ability to switch effortlessly between guises allowed Jesters to glean insights into courtly dynamics, acting not only as performers, but also as influential informants, mediators, and even strategists. This unique ability to wear multiple masks reflected a profound understanding of the intricacies of social and political hierarchies, and demonstrated the Jester's skill in maintaining relevancy and influence in a complex, courtly environment. Exploring the roles of Jesters further reveals their adeptness at navigating the delicate balance between conformity and originality. History suggests that a Jester's comedic facade was merely one aspect of their multifaceted involvement within court life. Many records reveal how Jesters were trusted confidantes to kings and queens, utilizing their privileged access to counsel and challenge these rulers with truths dressed in humor. This proximity to power not only required great political acumen, but also the ability to read situations astutely and respond with precise wit. Their comedic skill was a means to an end, allowing them to perform vital roles under the guise of frivolity. By working within the boundaries of humor, Jesters revealed how nuanced performance and subtle wisdom could not only entertain, but also subtly guide the course of political and social affairs, demonstrating a profound sense of duality in their roles as courtesans and comedians. In modern contexts, this art of dual roles can be seen in public figures and media personalities who perform similar balancing acts. Consider political satirists who, while showcasing entertainment, weave in potent political critique, forcing audiences to reflect critically on contemporary issues. Late-night hosts, for example, engage in dialogues that require them to blend humor with empathy, crafting narratives that entertain yet provoke thought and introspection on societal norms. On social media platforms, influencers leverage humor to address significant cultural topics, offering reflection alongside amusement. These figures echo the jester's mastery of dual roles, providing both entertainment and insight to audiences, deftly moving between laughter and contemplation to connect with and influence their followers meaningfully. This enduring tradition highlights the necessity for adaptation and multiplicity in communication, ensuring that messages reach varied audiences, encouraging engagement and understanding across increasingly diverse platforms. Why does understanding jesters' dual roles matter? Their capacity to embody multiple personas underscores the broader importance of flexibility and empathy in navigating complex social landscapes. This adaptability enables individuals to communicate effectively across cultural and ideological divides, promoting nuanced understanding and collaboration. Through humor, jesters became adept at conveying significant messages in challenging environments, fostering connection while bypassing resistance. In our present era's fast-evolving discourse, the ability to balance humor with thoughtful engagement aids in addressing contemporary complexities, promoting a culture of openness where conversation, rather than confrontation, builds bridges of understanding. As modern societies face multifaceted challenges, jesters' roles remind us of the need to embrace humor's capacity to transcend, unite, and reveal truths that are sometimes best seen through its playful lens. Yet, the dual nature of a jester also contains contradictions and potential pitfalls. This role demands a careful equilibrium between levity and seriousness, as overstepping boundaries could risk damaging the jester's credibility or relationships within the court. Such duality addresses timeless tensions in many professions, necessitating insight into human behaviors and drive for empathy. Misjudging the subtleties in balancing jest with sincerity could lead to misinterpretation, undermining the jester's influence. This paradox reflects broader challenges of integrating humor in discourse today, emphasizing the key to achieving humor as an inclusive rather than divisive element within dialogues and communications. Understanding these complexities reinforces the essential task of using humor with intention, aiming for thoughtful engagement where jests invite introspection rather than alienation or misapprehension. To apply jesters' wisdom today, cultivate environments that welcome diverse roles and humor, fostering creativity and engagement across settings. Encourage humor-infused discourse in educational or corporate environments to inspire innovation, using role-playing as a tool to explore different perspectives with empathy. Promote storytelling workshops that employ humor and narrative to stimulate critical thinking while prompting essential reflections on societal norms and stereotypes. Guided by Jester's examples, nourish cultures where laughter nurtures understanding, bridging differences, and encouraging collaborative solutions. By embracing the art of dual roles, learn to foster dialogues wherein humor is a conduit for genuine insight and inclusivity, blending cheer with contemplation for enduring impact. In reflecting on Jester's roles as masters of disguise, we see their profound influence and enduring relevance, inviting us to walk with humor and depth. As we integrate these narratives into contemporary culture, the timeless jesters teach us to balance delight with awareness, embracing humor that transcends boundaries. Their legacy inspires us yet today, calling us to resonate with both laughter and insight, threading a continuous narrative where understanding thrives through the gentle playfulness, entwined with the profound impact inherent in the jester's art. By embodying the jester's dual nature, we acknowledge and celebrate humanity's complexities in joy and introspection, carrying forth a tradition that elegantly merges expression with elation, illuminating life's multifaceted dance through heartfelt laughter. In the intricate hierarchy of the medieval court, the jester emerged as a paradoxical figure embodying the role of the noble fool. This was a character who, despite appearing whimsical and frivolous, carried an unparalleled capacity to speak truth to power. The jester's wisdom lay in the delicate art of delivering poignant insights shrouded in laughter, allowing them to critique and influence leaders while maintaining their precarious positions within the court's power dynamics. This role reversed expected social norms, placing the so-called fool in a position of unique influence, where honesty delivered through humor became a revered and necessary commodity. In this way, the jester bridged the gap between the noble and the commoner, navigating a path layered with complexity and subtlety. The noble fool, therefore, emerged as not merely an entertainer, but a key court fixture, whose jests often conveyed more truth than the most eloquent diplomatic dispatch, urging a nuanced understanding of wisdom intertwined with humor. The noble fool's role in the court was defined by its ability to reveal truths and challenge dominant narratives without fear of reprisal. Operating in a space between irreverence and insight, jesters wielded humor as an instrument of social commentary, dissecting political and personal dynamics with a deft touch. They mastered the art of ambiguity, crafting performances that delighted with levity, while encouraging courtiers to reconsider deeply rooted assumptions and beliefs. The jester's presence cast a reflective mirror upon the intricacies of power and leadership, utilizing the guise of folly to explore and expose the undercurrents of courtly life. Through satire, irony, and parody, they derided human folly, highlighting both the king's vulnerabilities and virtues, thereby fostering a culture of introspection and insight. By operating within the boundaries of wit, jesters demonstrated the special nature of their craft, a blend of comedy, honesty, and diplomacy that allowed them to traverse the perilous environments of medieval politics with remarkable resilience. Consider today's late-night hosts and stand-up comedians who channel modern-day noble fools, combining humor with sharp commentary on political and social issues. Figures like Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert hold the contemporary mantle, using satire to pierce through prevailing rhetoric, challenging audiences to reflect on the status quo while providing entertainment. Through their work, they serve as modern jesters who echo the tradition of bringing truth wrapped in humor to wide audiences, encouraging discourse and critical thinking amidst the laughter. Social commentators often embody this noble fool, illuminating societal absurdities and injustices through comedy that resonates with diverse audiences. This enduring model highlights that the court jester's legacy continues, inspiring today's communicators to blend insight with levity, urging public reflection on complex issues with humor as a guide. These figures reveal the persistent potential of comedy as a tool for change, fostering a space where truth mingles with jest to promote awareness and understanding. Why does this noble fool archetype continue to hold relevance today? At its core, it represents the enduring belief that humor and insight are not mutually exclusive, but complementary forces capable of effecting societal transformation. The jester demonstrated that humor, when coupled with intelligence and empathy, could transcend societal divides, offering pathways to dialogue and reflection in settings often resistant to change. Their ability to speak freely through laughter enabled a rethinking of hierarchies and norms, encouraging leaders and followers alike to engage in meaningful introspection. In an era marked by rapid shifts and evolving conversations, this balance of truth and humor becomes increasingly crucial in bridging divides and facilitating constructive dialogue. As contemporary society grapples with complexities encompassing political polarization and cultural shifts, the noble fool's legacy encourages the integration of humor into conversations, fostering more inclusive frameworks where different voices are heard, recognized, and valued, prompting genuine connectivity and understanding. However, the noble fool also faced inherent challenges in maintaining this influential role, navigating an environment where humor required careful calibration to prevent offense. The same freedom that allowed jesters to critique power also presented risks, should their words stretch too far, threatening their standing and safety in the court. This dual nature parallels current challenges in ensuring that humor remains a force for positive engagement rather than alienation, underlining the essential need for mindfulness, context, and cultural sensitivity in humor's delivery. The potential for misunderstanding and misinterpretation necessitates a thoughtful approach to comedic narratives, reinforcing the importance of wielding humor with intention and awareness. These complexities underscore the delicate artistry involved in blending truth and jest, ensuring that humor enhances rather than detracts from discourse, establishing genuine connections and driving meaningful exchanges focused on collective growth and change. To apply the lessons from the noble fool in contemporary contexts, encourage environments that celebrate humor as a pathway to insights. In educational or corporate settings, facilitate activities that incorporate humor and creativity, cultivating spaces where ideas flow freely and are evaluated with openness and curiosity. Encourage communication, where wit is paired with empathy to address developments and disruptions, promoting dialogue that inspires new ways of thinking. Foster leadership that embraces the jester's approach, using humor to stimulate collaboration and build rapport, ensuring interactions are approachable and impactful. By adopting the noble fool's legacy, transform humor into a bridge that connects and challenges, fostering an atmosphere where truth unfolds with joyful reflection and inclusive exploration of diverse perspectives. In reflecting on the noble fool's place in history, we recognize their contributions as more than mere court jesters, appreciating their ability to mix wisdom with whimsy as part of a timeless endeavor to nurture insight and understanding. As their legacy endures, it provides a vibrant reminder of humor's role in human connection and enlightenment, guiding us towards a richer, more nuanced interaction with our world. Embracing their art encourages us to continually navigate life's complexities with the blend of humor, empathy, and insight that defines the noble fool, reminding us that laughter, coupled with thoughtfulness, remains a potent force for creating meaningful change, fostering resilient and enriched conversations within the ever-evolving tapestries of human experience. In tracing the lineage of laughter from the medieval court jesters to today's comedians, we uncover the enduring legacy of humor and its transformative power in shaping modern comedy. The jesters of old, with their vibrant costumes and quick wit, mastered the art of coupling humor with insight, an art that resonates through the centuries in the comedians and satirists of today. This legacy of laughter is not merely a historical curiosity, but a foundational element in the evolution of comedic expression, upon which contemporary humor continues to build. Through language, performance, and the timeless interplay between truth and jest, the jester's craft has informed the narrative techniques that drive modern comedy, ensuring that humor remains an essential thread woven into the social, cultural, and political fabric of contemporary life. The influence of jesters endures, transcending time and space, encouraging a reflective, yet joyous exploration of the human condition through the universal language of laughter. Examining the enduring legacy that connects medieval jesters to modern comedians requires an understanding of how jesters set the stage for humor as both entertainment and commentary. In the courts, jesters had a unique license to traverse social boundaries, using humor to critique and enlighten, a role that offered them a distinct voice amidst formality. Similarly, today's comedians, from stand-up performers to comedic writers and actors, carry forward this tradition, using comedy to reflect societal truths and provoke reflection. George Carlin's trenchant social observations or the satirical sharpness of The Onion serve as modern counterparts, revealing through comedy the underlying truths of societal norms and human behavior. The dynamic between humor and critique, established by jesters, ensures comedy's relevance as a versatile tool, enabling audiences to confront issues with contemplation mixed with amusement. This lineage confirms that comedy, like its jesting predecessor, thrives best when it exposes, entertains, and encourages discourse. Consider how this evolution manifests in modern platforms such as television, film, and digital media. Shows like Saturday Night Live or creators like Mindy Kaling and Donald Glover meld humor with cultural commentary, engaging audiences with skits and narratives that challenge existing paradigms while entertaining. These modern jesters employ satire to question norms, using humor as both a mirror and a lens through which society can view and critique itself. Their work continues the jester's tradition of speaking truth to power and prompting discourse, illustrating how humor can simultaneously entertain and provoke critical thought. Such continued influence underscores humor's ability to foster change by making complex issues accessible and promoting open dialogue, honoring the variability and adaptability introduced by the Jester's artistry. By sustaining this legacy, modern comedians uphold the fundamental nature of comedy as a force for clarity and connection, drawing audiences into deeper understanding and reflection amidst laughter. The significance of this ongoing legacy is profound in its ability to unite diverse audiences through shared experiences, transcending barriers and nurturing a communal spirit of inquiry and laughter. The Jester's approach remains relevant, urging today's comedians to embrace humor's potential to enlighten while entertaining. In a world often divided by ideologies and perspectives, comedy serves as a cultural bridge, encouraging diversity of thought and nurturing empathy and togetherness. This tradition from jester to comedian highlights a continuity in the belief that humor possesses a unique capability to challenge conventions and unfurl new ideas, situating itself as a bastion of critical inquiry and creative exploration. Our modern jesters, drawing upon this rich lineage, are reminded of the timeless power vested in laughter to connect, question, and inspire collective growth and understanding amid evolving social dialogues. Yet, maintaining humor's effectiveness presents challenges, including balancing critique with respect, ensuring satire remains an inclusive force rather than a divisive one. Comedians face the challenge of navigating audience expectations, ensuring their work provoke thought without alienating or misinterpreting intent. The craft thus demands an acute awareness of cultural and contextual sensitivities, a lesson ingrained within the jester's legacy, reminding us that humor's strength lies in its ability to illuminate without excluding or marginalizing. This fine line underscores the enduring task of comedians to wield their art judiciously, sustaining its capacity to engage and inspire while evoking introspection and change, promoting unity in the pursuit of laughter-infused enlightenment. Recognizing humor's universal appeal and responsibility ensures its role as a positive, adaptable instrument for insight and discussion, embracing the jester's ethos of harmonizing wit with wisdom while echoing kindness in its execution. To integrate the jester's timeless lessons in modern humor, embrace spaces where comedy cultivates dialogue and innovation, whether within media, art, or community interactions. Encourage comedic storytelling that sparks engagement with pressing issues, fostering frameworks where humor and introspection coexist productively. In educational or social settings, leverage humor as a didactic tool, encouraging communication and diversity. Embrace humor's adaptable nature in leadership and team dynamics to foster cohesion, encouraging laughter to break barriers and propel collective purposeful actions. By celebrating laughter's legacy, acknowledge humor's unique capacity to spark change, continuing to elevate comedy as an art form dutifully preserving the jester's influences, fostering relationships and growth amidst the evolving tapestry of human experience. Reflecting on the legacy of laughter that jesters bequeathed, we see its enduring imprint in today's humorous landscapes, a testament to comedy's power as a vessel for truth and connection. May this lineage inform and motivate the jesters of today, inspiring them to engage in the world with the finesse and insight afforded by the noble tradition of humor. Through the joyous echoes of jesters past, contemporary comedians find inspiration to bridge divides, spark conversation, and illuminate paths of understanding, crafting narratives where laughter unites diverse hearts and minds, ever guiding us toward the shared truths that comedy endows with meaningful clarity and joyous exploration.